you're walking down the street, and all of a sudden, a statue that you've walked by many times before spins in a circle and waves at you. You're understandably horrified. What the hell was that? Why did that inert object suddenly move as if it was a living being? Today's deep dive is going to be about categories, anomalies, and the liminal spaces that automata find themselves in. A lot of theories about why people have such diverse reactions to automata kind of gets too granular and highbrow with something that's a pretty self-evident experience. Human beings categorize things. We categorize things left and right, and it's a way that helps us understand the world around us. Now, I'm not a psychologist, so take this with an asterisk, okay, folks? We experience a lot of things in kind of a binary, right? So like day or night, living or dead, something's natural or it's unnatural, something is moral or immoral, sane or insane. That's kind of the meat and potatoes with why people have issues with automata, because they exist in this uncanny valley, right? That they kind of contradict a worldview. There's a really wonderful book by a man named Minsoo Kang called Sublime Dreams of Living Machines. And in a chapter called The Power of the Automaton, he talks about how when society is faced with situations or objects that do not fit easily into the categories that construct our worldviews and how we deal with it, it really kind of threatens to undermine someone's entire view of that reality. But what complicates this situation is because human beings are fucking dumb, basically. And as much as we, in some ways, do love and enjoy having this protection from chaos that is categories, we also are aware that categories are largely arbitrary, sometimes entirely artificial, and generally pretty restrictive. So not always a win. In his book, Minsoo proposes that the automaton is actually the ultimate categorical anomaly because its very nature, he says, is, quote, a series of contradictions, and its purpose is to flaunt its own insoluble paradox. It's an artificial object that acts alive. It's made of inert materials, yet it behaves like a thing of flesh and blood. It represents something that refuses to be a stable version which should be represented. It comes from the inanimate world, but has characteristics of an animate creature. And it's a man-made thing, but it mimics living beings. I mean, what's more threatening to a fucking predisposed and predigested schema than that?